Well, welcome. My name is Scott Neidhard. I'm the campus chef with Chartwells here at Northern Kentucky University. And I have the extreme privilege to get to cook today with Cady Short-Thompson.
Good to be here.
The president of the university. Thank you for doing this with me today.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Today we're gonna play with a nice untraditional side item for Thanksgiving dinner. And or any fall feast. We'll go ahead and get this underway. And we're gonna start off with this butternut squash over here. So go ahead and grab your squash. These can be a little intimidating just because they do have a hard skin on them.
They do.
And the knife and all that sort of thing getting these cut. But I found a good way to do it is to just go straight down in the center and then bring it straight down.
Okay.
And then that way you don't have to worry about the squash rolling on you or the knife getting out of control. Now, just turn the squash, go in at the same entry point, and then we're gonna go the other direction.
Go with the other. I think I just failed.
You didn't fail. There's that fail. So take it all the way down, and then put your hand like over the back of the knife so that when you go down, you have a little bit more leverage, you won't have it popping up on you. And then you're gonna split it.
I'm in.
Perfect.
I'm in.
Perfect. Take that spoon in front of you, and we're just going to circle around our little seed cavity. And it doesn't matter if this is pretty, but it always feels better if it is.
Perfect your circle is.
I know, right? I've done this once. And now I'll just go ahead and hit them all. We're going to hit them with a little bit of, I like avocado oil. We use avocado oil a lot at home. But typically it's going to be cauliflower olive oil.
Okay.
But I like the flavor of avocado oil. Yes, yes.
I thought so.
So I'm going to go ahead and rub that oil in a little bit. Right, and then the next thing that we're going to do is just hit it with salt and pepper. And that's the only thing we're going to use to season it.
Both doing it?
Go ahead.
We want it.
The majority of what we're seasoning now will be removed.
Okay.
However, it can be reutilized in one way or another. But after we roast this, which we're going to pop this into an oven, roast it at about 400 degrees for an hour and a half, and it's got really nice caramelization on it. And we'll head on to the next step.
Okay.
But in the meantime, part of this dish we're going to have our quinoa, and I've already got some vegetable broth working here, nice and hot.
Yep.
So I'm going to go ahead and kick that up so we can get a little simmer on that thing. And we're sharing a burner with these two little guys, but that shouldn't be an issue. We are going to start working on the ingredients for our filling. And we have got kale.
Yep.
We have got our garbanzo beans. Garnish, we're going to have sun-dried raisins, pitas, feta cheese. But then we've also got an herb blend. I've already chopped this up. This is fresh parsley, flat leaf parsley, and thyme. And we've got some fresh garlic going to be sauteed. When it comes to kale, sometimes there's different varieties of kale out there. Anyone will work. But just either way you look at it, the important thing is to get rid of the rib, the stalk right there.
So how do you?
And I just kind of pitch it on one end, slide through my hands, and then it all comes up. It's kind of, I'll kind of like bundle it and just kind of roll it a little bit. So I compact the product that I'm cutting. And as we just make sure that we keep all the fingertips.
Yeah.
We leave here with all the appendages that we came with. Just a nice, gentle cut. Kind of turn it, and I'm just going to kind of do a little rough chop on it the other direction. And then you can go ahead and drop your quinoa into your pot. And now that we've added that in, Just gonna kind of just give it a little bit of a stir. And then we're gonna bring this back to a simmer, lower the heat a little bit, and we're probably looking at about 12 minutes of time on the quinoa.
Okay.
And then, you know, you can also take it off the heat, cover it up, and let it continue to bloom that way.
Okay.
So we're going to go ahead and let this go. The next thing that we're going to be doing is we are going to go ahead and chop some of our garlic. Feel free to use the garlic press.
Yeah.
You can just put it right in this dish.
Okay. So this one.
Yes.
Got it.
So the next step, we are going to work on sauteing up our kale with adding our garlic, and then bring in our garbanzo beans and our fresh herbs.
Yeah.
So we're going to go ahead and just fire these guys up. You can just turn the knob, and we're going to start off on, let's say 6. And then we'll let that get hot.
Yeah.
As we do that, we're going to hit our pan with just a little bit of the avocado oil. I'm going to go ahead and drop my garlic in there. I'm going to do the same.
That.
I'm putting my garlic in now, so it's not burning.
Yep.
Well, everything else is still working through. And then we're going to go ahead and go ahead and put your garbanzos in there, and that'll also bring a little bit of moisture to that pan.
All over. Yeah.
And then we could probably cut our heat back just a little bit.
Okay.
You're already on 2. So
Yep.
that's good.
It smells so good. I love the smell of garlic.
Yeah.
I love the smell of onions and celery and Thanksgiving stuffing and things. I think it smells so good.
I love it. I love it. Earlier, I had the broth. I was making the vegetable stock in here, and then I was trying to figure out a way that I could keep it on the table. But yeah, I had that way with shallots, celery, carrots, and fresh thyme.
Okay.
So we add a little bit more oil in
Yeah.
there, and then that way it kind of, lubricates the pan a little bit more.
Yeah.
Don't worry about all that stuff that fell out. Probably more stuff we never need anyway.
Yeah.
And then it's this kind of like, it's just a subtle, like a lowest wrist motion. I'm gonna go ahead and add my raisins.
Love those.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and that can be raisins, obviously, dried apricots, sun-dried cherries, all those things.
Yeah.
So great. Then we're gonna go ahead and toss in maybe just a little bit of the pepitas, and then the rest of them we'll use them for a garnish on top. And then I love the fresh herbs.
Yum. Smell it? It smells so good. All the herbs or salt?
Whatever you want. And at this point, everything has got some good heat on it.
Yeah.
And we're going to be adding the quinoa, which is going to kick up the heat a little bit more. We're going to go in and we're going to get some orange zest and some fresh orange juice from these oranges. So we have our microplane, also known as zester. Just go right over the top, couple passes and turn. Once you start to see white, it's time to turn. And then finally, we've got, I have an orange left, right? We'll just kind of give a nice squeeze into the pan. Again, personal, all over. Why not? Kind of toss that in, and that's when the flavors really start. The scents really start kicking in. The orange juice and that fresh orange zest. Nothing beats just like the potency, the power of zest.
So ready?
Yep. And with this, we're just gonna pop it all in here. So here is that butternut squash that we were working on. Hour and a half. We got a really nice caramelization on there. This is where the gloves will come into play. It's gonna be a little tacky from all those sugars. Take our squash, we kind of create a channel with our spoon. We want to keep some of that squash on the outside. That's all. It's all about presentation, especially during the holidays. You want everything to be beautiful. Now, let me take this over here, and we'll bring our platter down. And now's the best time to do this part,
Okay.
just because of weight. We feel these now, they're going to be hard to move because they are very, I'll make sure you get that organized in here. Man, nothing beats all this color on a white plate.
So nice.
Just
And so good for you.
flavor. That's right.
So good for you.
That's right. And now we just fill it.
All right. That's awesome.
But now you've got the stress of working on a white platter. Then you don't want to mess up the platter.
It's up the ante.
I know. But it looks beautiful.
It does
And
look beautiful.
it's a great side dish. And as you said, it could definitely be an entree.
Whole meal. Absolutely. Yum. Thanks for teaching me.
My pleasure.